feel your relationship is getting better over time, or is it getting worse over time? Or I guess perhaps just being flatlining, which can be either a good or a bad thing.
Do you feel like you get to be your best self in a relationship or your worst self?
Yeah, do you get to be more of who you are by being with the person next to you, or do you feel you have to kind of cramp your own style in order to make the relationship work?
My name is Sonica. This is my husband, Christian. We're the founders of the Love Work Solution. And one of the patterns we see a lot of relationships fall into is, we kind of start off like feeling really great and high and sort of bringing out the best in each other. And after a while, we start to focus in on the stuff we don't like and the stuff we don't want. And we kind of get caught up in a downward spiral while we feel worse and worse and worse about ourselves and about our relationship.
Can you remember from the beginning of your relationship when you were all excited and in love that you tended back then to think about yourself like, I could be anybody I want with this person. Oh my God, I feel so good. And you thought about your relationship in terms of all the things you could do. It was so full of future-oriented possibilities. Remember that?
It was a good place, and that's what we like to encourage people to recreate that place because it really is possible. And how we think about it is almost always in relationship, every single day we have a choice about what are we going to focus in on and recreate more of. And I'll share this actually with an example. This was a couple that came to work with us, and he was committed to telling the truth. He was a guy who was really all about being in integrity. And
there was something in his past he hadn't been upfront about.
So he decided that out of this commitment to being a truthful person, he wanted to come clean with his partner about that. And so he told her about this this lie that he had been, hanging on to for quite a while. And she had a choice in that moment, and it was a challenging choice for her, as trust was an issue for her in her relationship, life. And she had a choice in that moment about whether to interact with her partner as though he were a liar, as evidenced by the fact that he had this withhold for all of this time, or was he somebody who was committed to telling the truth and somebody she could count on and trust for truth-telling because he had just come clean.
And what's on again, when she says as evidenced by, it points to the fact that we can almost always find evidence to support either our partners being liars or committed to truth, or generous or stingy, or anger prone or kind. There is evidence in, given that we're humans and that we possess all of these qualities, there is evidence to support either conclusion.
And we really see relationship as a place where when we choose and we know how to, and we have the skills to be able to do this, is being a place where we get to support and uplift each other to be our best. Where, I choose to see you as somebody who's a truth teller because that is what I want to create more of. I want to create this experience in relationship where I get to trust and where you tell the truth and we sort of uplift each other to a better version of ourselves.
Yeah, no, and I promise it's just in our relationship, even though we're speaking as the relationship coaches and experts here, I have given Sonica plenty of evidence over the last 15 years for me being a judgmental and angry person, for example. And she could have hung on to that. I've also given her plenty of evidence for me being a kind and generous and considerate person. And so we're aiming for, what we teach in the Love Work Solution is we're aiming for a way in which we can use all of the challenges and all the evidence to support a conclusion that will be good for both of us, so that we're not pretending that we don't have difficulties, but we're also not only picking the evidence that makes you out to be a bad person.
Yeah, we actually have a commitment to use everything that arises in our relationship to support us to be our best and to assume positive intent and, to come at each other with this willingness to see and focus in on and bring out and highlight and grow the best in ourselves and each other.
So if you're excited about that possibility, go check out some of the links here in the description. For example, we'll put a link into our Level 1 workshop where we teach another foundation for relationship, really one that allows you to bring out the very best of yourself and each other while still dealing with the things that are challenging and difficult.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's like when you can work together to create these upward spirals, your relationship really does have the possibility of getting better and better year after year. And we really want to give that to you.
As it should be, hopefully.
Thanks for being with us. We hope you'll join us for this transformational course that really does teach you how to be partners with each other and create that upward spiral in your relationship.
Yeah, we want for you that if we talk to you in 5 years, we hope you could say, yeah, my relationship is definitely getting better.